Hey everyone, so today we're taking a look at the iPhone 14 Pro in the space black color. Now I'm excited to actually check this color out first before all the other ones because of course they got rid of the graphite and they went for this kind of new space black color, which doesn't look very spacey to me, but let's check it out and see exactly how it looks. Now I'm interested in checking this one out specifically just because graphite has been my favorite color of all time from Apple. So let's see exactly what they did to it and if they improved it or not. Now, of course, this is the 14 Pro, so this retails for $1,000 at the low end with 128 gigs of storage. And here, first impressions, I actually really do like that. It's a little bit darker, so of course here we have my 13 Pro graphite, and you can see immediately kind of just the differences right off the bat. They just made it a little bit darker, and I really actually like that. It looks really good. I actually like the flash now. I don't know if you can see that, but now it's white instead of that kind of off yellow look. Let's see right there, closer up. So I really like that, especially the contrast just between that black and then that white dot as opposed to having that slightly yellowish kind of look there. Let's see if we can get a closer look so you can see that. Yeah, I like the new flash module. And you can kind of see the color there just so you can see. And then here on the sides, they've actually made that darker as well. Significantly so. I think it's easier to tell from further away than it is closer up because then the light kind of begins to affect it too much. So let's keep them here at a distance. But, as far as fingerprints here on the edges go, that always kind of is important to me because the stainless steel here on the sides does attract a lot of fingerprints compared to aluminum from the normal 14s and 13s, but it actually seems to attract less smudges than the graphite. So here I'm smudging up the whole side so that way we can take a closer look here and show you that. So let's see, I don't know, what do you think? More, same, or less smudging? I think less noticeable smudging. It is also possible that given that I've had the 13 Pro for a year, that oleophobic coating on it has worn off a bit, and so my smudges catch on more, but I actually think it does a better job of hiding the smudges here. Just in person, visually looking at both of them here from the side, it is significantly better on the right one here. So I think overall kind of improvements. Do I like the look of it more in general? I'm not sure. We do have a bigger Apple logo now. I don't know if you can tell there, but the Apple logo is larger, thus making the phone appear smaller just because of the way things look. The camera module is also bigger, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure which one I actually prefer. I think I still like kind of that graphite because it's just a little bit lighter and a little bit more unique. This is just going towards just a straight up almost black phone, which it quite isn't. It's not. If you want an all black phone, this is still not it. So I don't think this is going to satisfy you. I think the graphite still looks a little bit more, I don't know, professional and pro-esque in my opinion. But I don't know, I think they actually both do really look fantastic on here, and the camera module is huge on the new Pro. Look at that right there. It's significantly bigger popping out there. So yeah, the phone is thicker overall as well. Not significantly so, but with the module and everything, it is thicker. So then a case on it is gonna make it even thicker. Something to keep in mind. But honestly, the flash change is probably my favorite change they've made so far, just because it looks so much better with this white flash as opposed to this yellow like duotone flash that they used to have. So I wonder what changes they made to the actual flash. I think they like added a bunch of LEDs to it, and we'll see that when we do some photo tests to see if it's actually better than the previous one, but I really do like the changes there. So let's go ahead and remove this front film. As I was saying, this is $1,000 to start for 128, and then $1,500 if you want a terabyte, which is expensive here in the US, but also significantly more so outside the US because Apple did raise prices by quite a bit worldwide. And so these phones are kind of stupidly expensive now outside of the US. And so I personally wouldn't recommend these new phones. I would say just try to find a bargain deal on a 13 or a 12. Those are still perfectly great. And the notch changes, I don't think there's anything here that really warrants an update over any of the previous years, because I would say hold on for the 15 if you're really going to spend that money. But here it is, here's the front. Let's lock it back up so you can see that. All black basically from the front. Since the edges have been darkened a little bit compared to the graphite, I guess you get slightly less reflection, and so the front looks just straight up black, which I actually really do like that. It kind of blends in those edges a little bit more and you notice them less, and it's all a little bit more sleek overall. So I do like this viewing angle from the front. That shine isn't going to be as noticeable from cases, etc. Now, of course, in the box, nothing special like every year. There's absolutely nothing in here, just a Lightning to USB-C cable and then an Apple sticker here in white, and nothing else. Oh, there's actually a new little paper saying that you no longer need a physical SIM card slot, which is true, or a physical SIM, because there is no SIM card slot in this. So it's no longer just as easy as popping in a new SIM if you travel overseas or something. Now it's going to be a little bit more complicated depending on the carrier that you're using. If they support eSIM, it's going to be very simple to add it on the phone. And yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to like this change because it's not as simple as just popping the SIM out and just adding a new SIM from whatever carrier you get. Now, of course, one of the important things here is seeing how it looks from a distance. So right there, you can see that from a distance. I'm looking here on the viewfinder, on the the display on my camera, and they look very similar from a distance here, catching the light. Let's see a little bit closer. And of course, the 14 Pro is the one right here on your left, I think. Let's see here. So yeah, overall just a little bit darker. I think I do actually maybe like it. I think I welcome the change. Overall, is it as good of a color, in my opinion, as this back gray graphite? I don't think so. I think this is a more special color, more of a color that we haven't seen on absolutely any other phone. This is gearing towards just, in general, kind of black or really dark gray, but I really do like it. I think it looks very sleek. How about from a distance, just kind of texting? Let's just compare both of them here. Does one on the right here look like a black phone from a distance? I don't know, you tell me. I kind of can't tell at this point. I should be wearing my glasses, but there you go. And while calling here, the space black, you definitely feel the camera earlier, just because it's bigger. So it's like, I think the square kind of, let me double check that. Oh yeah. I had a little bit more space for my finger here on the older one. Not significantly different, but it is there. So you can see that there. And if we just kind of put both of them here, how does that look? Yeah, I think if you like graphite, you're still gonna like this one, but if you loved graphite, then I think you'll be fine with this one, but the graphite back was stunning. It was definitely something very special. I wish they would have just kept it and then just added the darker sides on it, and I think that would have been good. And then the camera module changes would have been good as well. But hey, overall, a welcome change, and I know that Apple kind of has to do this to make you feel like, hey, the space black color is the new one, no longer the graphite, so upgrade, which I definitely don't think it's worth upgrading. Here's one last look here up close at that space black color, so you can see that in all its glory there. Those sides right there, the camera module. And yeah, what do you think overall? Versus that, oops, wrong side, versus that graphite. What do you think there? Let me know in the comments, actually. I'm curious as to what people in general think here with this change. I think I prefer the graphite back overall, but I think the new phone does look sleeker and maybe a bit more modern. I don't know. All right, so lastly, let's go ahead here and check out some cases. So we can see just how this phone looks in a few cases that we have here from the folks over at Casetify. They're cool enough to sponsor a couple videos this year and also send some cases over. So let's go ahead and try just a matte black case, black side on this phone, so you can see how that blends in here with the kind of new basically black camera here, which I actually kind of like. It hides it more than it ever has, so if you don't like those three cameras kind of popping and showing, then a black case is gonna do the good job of just kind of completely hiding the whole phone and not having anyone really pay attention to it. Here at the bottom at the ports, you can see it kind of blends in with the black case as well pretty well, and things aren't really gonna pop. One important thing here is from the front, you're not gonna get any shine at all here from those edges just because Apple painted them basically completely black, and so they aren't going to be reflecting any light or be noticeable at all. So this is definitely that color that you want to go for if you just don't want anything popping at you, a color that you're not going to really get tired of because you're not really choosing a color in comparison to the others, right? The silver is very bright, the purple's really out there, and people are going to know you have the 14, and the gold, of course, is also really out there like the silver. So this is kind of that best choice if basically the only choice that you have if you don't want to catch attention and you want to be sleek. So let's remove this one right here. Let's go with a clear case, and let me smudge the back real quick and see that. I totally forgot to smudge the back and compare that real quick to the older graphite. And I would say it actually is about the same, honestly, which is to say not much smudges on the back just because this color hides them really well, and these matte backs are really great for that. So let's go ahead here and put a clear case on there just so we can see how that space black catches the reflections here. And looks pretty clean. I definitely think clear cases go better with lighter colors. I definitely don't think you should put a clear case on a dark color just because it just won't look great, especially with clear cases. They will catch some fingerprints, and then that darker color underneath is gonna let those fingerprints show a lot. So there you go though. If you do want to sport a look like this, this is how it would look. And I do think that the new darker camera module works really well with cases and better than before. Here's a darker side here so you can see how well that blends into that space black side, which it does very well. And all these cases that I have here will be down below in the description so you can get them. And here's a colorful case to see how that matches with black, and of course it's gonna match just because it's just gonna showcase the case more than it is gonna showcase the phone. The space black in general is gonna do that. It's gonna show the case more than it is the phone because the phone color just doesn't pop at all. So you can see that right there. I actually quite like this case. For some reason, it reminds me of Scooby-Doo, but I'm not sure why. And there you go. That's cool. Let's see a purple case on this. Of course, the new year color, or the new color for the year, is purple. And so a purple case, is that gonna make this look like the purple phone?
Gestures.
All right, so here's the purple case on this space black phone. And,
center of screen.
Whoops. I always manage to turn this on every year.
Speech off.
1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. You can see that there. It's actually a cool purple color, but yeah, it kind of works. So now you have purple and black, and you don't have to choose a full-on purple phone if you like purple. I've always said that if you like purple, or if you like a specific color, you don't have to specifically choose that phone color. You can go for a different phone color and then just buy a case of a color that you specifically like, because that purple phone might not be the shade of purple that you actually really like. So that's something to keep in mind. And this is just another one of the clear cases that we checked out. But that's how it's gonna look in a few cases there. And overall, the space black phone, I really like it. I personally bought the purple one this year to change it up and see, because they didn't have the graphite. So I was like, I might not like the space black. I might end up with this phone after I look at the purple. I don't know exactly if I'm gonna like the purple just yet, but I really like it. And I think it's a welcome change. I don't think they ruined it per se, but I definitely used to like that graphite back a little bit more. Overall, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next ones. Goodbye.